Since his move from the All Progressives Congress, APC, to the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Dr. Olajide Adediran, popularly called Jandor, who is the governorship candidate of PDP in Lagos State, has been gradually putting things in place in preparation for the 2023 elections. Adediran, who will be hoping to wrest power from the incumbent governor of Lagos, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, unveiled popular Nollywood actress and producer Funke Akindele as his running mate for the 2023 general elections. While confirming Akindele's deputy governorship candidacy in a Twitter thread 2 weeks ago, Jandor urged Lagosians to work with him and the actress, stressing that the actress would add more value to his candidacy. He explained that he took the decision based on the clear understanding of the task ahead and the need to work with a co-visionary with a shared passion for the emancipation of the good. Joining us on the show this morning as they discuss his choice to go with Funke Akindele as his running mate and his preparations for the general elections is Dr. Olajide Adediran, the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Lagos State. Good morning, Jandor. Welcome to the morning show.
Good morning to you.
Well, will it be right to start calling you Your Excellency?
Yeah.
Or that would be premature.
No, I'm going to
because you know, in politics, once you become the candidate, you are already Your Excellency, Your Excellency. And before you know it, you begin to get used to it in preparation. Anyway, it's good to have you.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Well, let's start with, what has happened since we last met. You became the candidate of the PDP in Lagos State, and then you chose Funke Akindele, the superstar actress and entertainer, as your running mate. Well, that generated some controversy. They say, okay, if you win, are you planning to turn Alausa, the seat of government, into a Nollywood camp?
All right, Doctor. Thank you very much. Actually, expectedly, it should generate reactions, you know. Why? Why is because what has never been done in the history of this country politically is what we have done in Lagos for the very first time. If I may ask you, there are 30 governorship candidates, you know, as we speak in Nigeria. Do you know the deputy governors of others? Do you even know the deputy governor of Governor Wike, who is the deputy governor of Adeleke, who just emerged recently? Who is the deputy governor of Governor Udom? People don't know them. Usually, they pick somebody, they hid them somewhere. They don't expose them. Well, how many times have we interviewed a deputy governor here? But what we have done is to say, look, we're bringing what we tag the best of fresh air into governors in Lagos. I won't pick somebody that is not known. I won't pick somebody that people won't even be eager to talk to. So, and I've seen reactions and from everywhere saying that, are we going to make movies just like you said? What we did by asking Funke to go on air, you know, she just ventured into this trade. And then, of course, everybody expects that she would come and begin to do authority speaking, you know, in terms of governance and all of that. Of course, we agree. But what we want to achieve is to say, you know what, go there, let them know I have not picked that character called Sulia. I haven't picked that character called Jennifer, but I've picked a Funke Akindele, who is an entrepreneur, who is a Lagosian, who has been able to grow a business from zero to the success it is today, who understand what it is, who can put sentences together. I mean, in this day, we've had situations where even the ruling party, who did a press release calling us unserious people because I picked somebody in that industry, once gave their ticket to Desmond Elliott, who also of the same industry. But what worries me, Dr. Bati, is not even the press release that was issued by the state government, it's the conspiracy of silence. You know, even in that industry, you know, we have notable people who can say, hey, wait a minute, are you saying that because we've chosen this career, we can't be part of the governance of our state, of our country? But nobody said anything. I was just watching. But today I'm here to speak for all of them, to say that if you call an actress, it is not an easy task for you to act a character that you're not. If you're not intelligent, you can do it. Moreover, Funke Akindele is beyond an actress. She's a filmmaker. As a filmmaker, you direct, you write scripts. As a filmmaker, you design sets. As a filmmaker, you identify what resources to put anywhere. So the same government that consider us unserious people have been going about making sure that all our posters everywhere, we paste them, removing them. The same government who consider us on seriousness has instructed all billboard owners in Lagos not to take our material, either of Jandor or PDP in Lagos. I have evidence. We contracted a company, Jesse Deco, it's an international company, and pay them, you know, to run on Oworo and Fadeyi. They started running this thing. At the moment that the state government realizes that, they went to the company and told them to stop running our material. The company had to refund our money, you know, to say, we're sorry, they've threatened us to take our license. We're not allowed to take anything PDP or Jandor anywhere in Lagos. That's one. Afro Media, we paid Afro Media to fly our campaign, a Unipo. And the moment that Unipo went up, that evening, Lagos State government went to remove it and also told Afro Media not to take anything from us now. So they're about refunding our fund. This same government that is considered us unserious are doing this. Dr. Bati, I'm sorry, that for us is not even the issue. We have pressing issue that we are coming to tackle in governance. Let them do whatever they want to do. We have a lot of wrongs that we want to right. You understand? What are those wrongs? Just last year, between last quarter and 2021 and first quarter of this year, this same government, Sanwo-Olu, has increased our debt burden. Look at debt burden with 276 billion naira as we speak in 1 year. You know, we now have a local debt burden of 780 billion naira. Where is this money? I mean, the same year was the year that we projected in our budget to have a 60 billion naira IGR, but we're able to do 45 billion on the average. Put all of these funds together. We still don't have light on our streets in Lagos. Everywhere is still dark. Some inner roads, you can't even pass them. I mean, there are lots that is wrong that we need to do. Okay, we have over 2 million. We keep saying this. Out of school children in Lagos. Of course, we know that if you put together our 799 primary, junior secondary school and senior secondary school together, if you put it by 1,045 primary schools in Lagos together, can still not accommodate all of this, we know. But what about, in Lagos, we have 18,500 private schools, even though just 5,000 of that is approved by the government. What about us partnering with them to say, you know what, we have some children that you can take off streets. We can give you tax holidays. We can train some of your teachers. We can use all of this. And so the government is careless. They don't care. So they're bothering about how Jandor won't get PDP tickets. Why would Jandor go and pick a Nollywood actress they want to make film? But now, why have they decided to remove their own deputy and shopping for something else? The moment they realize that, look, we are gender sensitive, the moment they realize that, look, we've come of it as young people, we're not tweeting anymore. I'm 44, Funke is 44. We're not complaining anymore. We are not tweeting anymore. We're not protesting anymore. We're joining the process. Now, suddenly, what they resorted to is to start attacking us. Funke Akindele is my deputy. She's qualified to be a deputy. She can do bond. She's a woman. Okay, she's a professional in a chosen career. She's been able to grow her business. I mean, she's been able to employ people over the last 14 years, turning around the business, paying them salary. These other guys that have found themselves in the corridor of power, ask them, have they even constituted 5-man business before to run, before getting opportunity to get this Lagos?
I think it's really backward and offensive for anybody to query the choice of Funke Akindele as a success story that you've mentioned. If it's good enough for Ukraine with Zelensky, it's good enough for America with Reagan, even Argentina with Evita Perón, the power behind the throne. She was an actress.
Absolutely.
So was Glenda Jackson, the Labour MP. I mean, how ridiculous is that? But I want to park that to one side because I'm completely dismissing that. My question for you, you've said how the APC, the opposition, has reacted. How did the PDP react? Not because she's an actress necessarily, but because she's new to the party. You yourself are new to the party. You decamped from APC just last year. You managed to get the ticket over people who are established in the party, and you now chose your deputy candidate from somebody who's also new. You didn't try and choose somebody who's already established. How was that received within the party? Is your party unified behind your ticket?
Absolutely. Our party is unified behind our ticket, and I'll speak to this. You see, we understand this game very well. Even the PDP members that you spoke about. We've had a party, you know, that's been doing 30 to 35% every election cycle. You understand? And we then have us moving from the ruling party into the new party, which means that perhaps the 20% they need to cross the threshold is what we have brought into the party. And considering the fact that even from the ruling party, we still have some people who wouldn't like to come now, perhaps because of what they are currently engaged with or what they've refused to do in the past with the sitting government, but they've got sympathy for us. And PDP as a party do understand that if we need to win this election, first we need to combine forces of all aggrieved together so that to do this. And after the primary election, perhaps that's one of the reasons why I'm opportune to get a ticket of the party. And after that, all of us then do know that the next phase is the general election. We're done with intra-party politics, then the next is to appeal to generality of Lagosians and say, look, this is what we've got to win, to form this government. But before forming a government, you first need to win an election. And everything you need to put together to win an election, that is what you do. That's why I said we are doing it differently. I would have picked somebody who is not known, whether within or without the party, because that's my constitutional right. So say, okay, he's going to be my running mate and do it the way it's been done. No, we decided to say, you know what, I'm bringing somebody who will add value to the ticket that I have. Because with what we have done at the grassroots level, if I go this way, Funke goes the other way, it is still the same traction both of us is going to garner. And if election is about number, if it's about winning election, we need to use everything within us. So our party do understand. And of course, you have one or two people within the party, of course, who would love to be and all of that. But first, we want to form the government. Something that has never been done in the history of Lagos with PDP is what we want to achieve in 2023. And all of us do understand that if we must do it, then we have to do it differently. And this is doing it differently. As far as our party is concerned, we're united, we're together. This ticket, just yesterday, I released a campaign council of 242 members of the party, strictly party members, that's going to drive this campaign alongside us. So aside this, we have a whole lot that the party can benefit. We have over 85 parastatals, in Lagos State government. All of these are there for party members who are professionals can also be part of. We have 40 cabinet members. They can also be that one. But first, before the party can benefit from all of this, we first need to win an election. And this is a strategy for us to win an election.
Okay, so two things. Number one, a lot of people are beginning to talk about Funke, your deputy governor candidate now, and even you yourself. They're saying, what's your antecedents? They say they see doctor in front of him. Do you have a PhD? How did that doctor come about? Okay. They say, is Funke truly a lawyer? That's what they're asking on the streets out there. What's her degree like? Tell us everything about that, because that also fits into character. And I also want to ask you a question about the state of roads in Lagos, which are in an abysmal form, and the perennial flooding that truncated the lives and properties of millions of people in Lagos recently. What are the solutions, specifics?
Okay, first, let me start with Funke. Funke read law at the University of Lagos, okay? And nobody can take that away from her because she's decided to venture into what she's got passion for.
Graduated from the University
of Lagos. From the University of Lagos, of course. Yeah. Because she's ventured into another trade, it doesn't take away the fact that she read law at the University of Lagos. And I mean, that's not, in this stage, we've had somebody who wouldn't even go to school, according to report that we have been deputy governor. They said nobody queried that. And this is somebody who is successful in a career to do that. And in my own case, yes, I'm doctor. If you have it even as honoris causa, it's not just something that you give to people on the road. You understand? Of course, it is. Of course, it is. I'm not PhD holder academics. I'm honest. So that's nobody is dragging that. Nobody is saying. Of course. So you won't call person who is honoris causa a doctor. Of course, you will call him a doctor because that's what I am.
And where do you work before now?
I've done my business from 2008. I'm the owner of Core Media Group. I'm the owner of DataNet. I'm the owner of Core TV News. This is my job. I'm a broadcaster. You all know. And I've been an employer of labor in this state since 2008. And I've been able to grow the same business to the point that I have a national terrestrial channel now in this country. I mean, we've been in this economy for a while. Myself and Funke, we've contributed our quota in this economy. We've employed, we've had ups and downs in business. We've been able to manage that little economy. You see, everybody in this country is even government on their own. even my illiterate mother, was government on that, because she sent me to school on her own. She make sure we have security in our house, put generator there, and all of those things. And what is this? Is it a rocket science to run a state like Lagos? Or because they've not been able to do a lot, that's why they consider it a rocket science and say we're coming as some serious people. No, we'll do better than them. We will do better than them because we have age on our part, and we can walk around the clock. We won't do law like them, banning Okada in the year 2020, and they came back in the year 2022 to re-ban what they banned in 2020. We still have all of that in these states, run up and down.
Floods and the state of roads.
Now, the state of roads, Rufai, you know, the last time we spoke, I told you that in this state we have 9,208 roads. As a matter of fact, if you put them in kilometers, about 9,322 kilometers of roads. And from these, 510 kilometers belongs to the federal government. 5,800 is that of the local government. And the state is left with 2,000 plus, you know, of this kilometer of roads. And in 20 years of this government, we've not been able to tar all the state roads. Now, the same situation you have with the local government roads, why they've not been doing that is because they now have what they call JAC, you know, a joint account between the state and the local government. So the governor sits on the account. If you go to, like last week Sunday, I went to Amu-Wodofin. You know, I passed through First Act to bust out Apinega, and you know, this Ijegun-Egba, if you know that place, all the entire roads in that axis is bad, and they're local government roads. You understand? So what we know is that the only roads that is working in this part of Lagos is this our Lekki, Ikoyi axis. If you go to all of these places that I mentioned, what you see there is in sorry state. So we know we were coming to do a whole lot.
What would you do about it?
Absolutely. What we need to first thing to do is to allow all tiers of government to work on their own. As a governor, what betides you if, you know, I have what's it called on you as a local government chairman, and I know how much money that comes to your local government, and you do not fix the rules within your local. We can declare a state of emergency on this and say, can we focus on these inner roads? See, the problem we have today, development that we have not given to those people in those areas, inform them migrating here. All the people living on Banana Island, before you get into Banana Island, do you see the threat around? Those are the people that we're talking about. They have to look for development because they don't have it there.
Okay, Jandon, there's no way you can run this campaign without posters, without engaging with the people. You say that the billboard owners in Lagos State have been told not to take your posters. They've even returned your money. What are you doing about that? Have you protested officially to the Lagos State government? Because the Lagos State government is likely to come around and say there is no such thing.
I just give you evidence.
It's an open field. Okay.
Let's just give evidence of what happened, what transpired. Dr.
Well, no. You say so. You know, that's one side of the story. Is the Lagos State government officially saying only Sanwo-Olu can campaign for the position of governor in Lagos State? Is that what you are telling us?
Exactly what.
And then what have you done about it? Have you protested formally? Have you taken other steps to ensure that you are allowed to campaign? You are here in a TV station talking about what you intend to do. I don't imagine that the Lagos State government will arrest you when you step out of this studio. And are you the only person being targeted? Because there are 18 political parties involved in this race.
Dr. Basi, let me first say to you the steps that we've taken. The moment that of Afro Media happened on Falomo here, I put a call through to the Commissioner of Police myself. And I said to him, CP, this just happened. It was removed. We didn't even know. We thought it was even the old laws that removed them. After investigating, we now realized it was the state government through LASA that went to remove them. And the company in question did say to us that, look, we've asked not to take anything from you. We will refund your money, just like JCDecO did refund our money. The next day I went to the Commissioner of Police. I went to his office with all our teams to say, look, if you don't step in, we might be sitting on a keg of gunpowder in Lagos because we will never be allowed to be put in the defensive. I know them. I was coming from there. And I said, just this morning, I got a report from Igodo where they went to attack one of our members because they were trying to register their people, You understand? And they went to report this matter at the Gondo police station. I'm still waiting for the report because I asked them to go and report this. So for us, we will not sit and fold our arms and be complaining. Okay? Why I have decided to bring this to court of public opinion is to let people know this is what is going to happen. Dr. Abati, they cannot stop us from pasting posters. They can't stop us from, we will turn it to guerrilla warfare. And we will begin to go all out and post our poster.
Perish the thought.
No,
Please don't resort to that.
No, not in that manner. We're saying that we will continue to paste our posters. Last week, on the third mainland bridge, which is even a federal government road, our people put some A4, but they were removing it like in broad daylight, you know, after paying for all of this. So we won't allow that to happen. We will find a way to put our campaigns out there. They won't box us in a corner. It's our constitutional right to vie for this office. It's our constitutional right to tell people that we are here and this is what we want to do differently. And they know it because they know that being on the ballot is a doom for them already. And that's why they are doing everything to make sure that they stop us. But we won't allow to be put in defensive. No, we won't.
Please, can you just take our viewers through these documents that you've shared? They've been shown on the screen, but just for some context. Exactly,
you know, I was trying to say that on the 2nd of June this year, we got an offer from JCDecaux. This is JCDecaux offer, you know, for a month. And, you know, after looking at the offer, this is for us to run our campaign in Fadeyi. They've got, this electronic billboard in Fadeyi and Owuru, if you're coming into the third mainland bridge. So we paid for 1 month, we paid 5.8 million. This is an evidence of that payment here, aesthetic paid to JCDecaux account to run this campaign for 1 month. So in between, we realized that JCDecaux had to stop our campaign. They called us and said, look, we're sorry, we can no longer run that campaign anymore because the state government threatened to take our license away from us. And they refunded part of the money, you know, to us via this draft that they sent to us from JCDecaux. And this is the one I spoke about from Afromedia. Afromedia gave us an invoice of 2.6 million to run this Unipo in, in Falomo. They removed the Unipo immediately. Afromedia MD had to call to say, look, guy, we'll have to refund your money. We've been told not to take anything PDP or this thing from you. These are evidence. This is, I mean, why is this happening?
Just so our viewers know, but I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. Lagos State got promised monthly rent in January 2022, nothing since then. Will you introduce monthly rent as governor? That's from our Rotis.
Okay, I think that this is not new. Governor Fashola's regime first came with this policy of saying you can't take more than, 1 month, more than 1 year rent from people. Lagos State government kept on making policies, laws, but nobody follow up all of this law. That's what we get. But we have Lagos homes built by Governor Fashola, which is now being painted by Sanwo-Olu and commissioning, because I've not seen anything that this government has done since it came, except they want to show us, despite all the huge amount of money. But what I'm saying is that we can even try, first come with that, and to say, this is how I want to do it. In all the Lagos homes, let us make it a monthly renters. Start as a government. You're not there to make profit. You're not there to do business. And let others live on that. Let me tell you something. In our housing policy, we're going to be unveiling our blueprint very soon. But let me give you something in our own housing policy. We say, look, what we want to do is that we will decentralize development, you understand? Because everybody wants to come to this place. We will make use of Badagry and this. And for me, I said, look, we'll make use of the air because we don't have the land, okay? And in doing that, what I intend to do is to say, okay, I have built 1 or 2. What do I need to do? I go to LASO, I go to UNILAG. You know what? Give me fresh graduates from their schools. I've got jobs for them in Lagos Internal Revenue Service, in LASA, in all of this. I put them there. I give them house. They can work from home. And say, this house is for you are going to be paying. I will take from your monthly, this is to pay this house. From there, we can begin to inject what we call money into our economy by making sure that everybody, you can live wherever you are, work from that place. And, we will start in that manner. And because in your pay slip, you have housing, that can be taken out of it. A governor who is also once said that there is no cheap cement, so there can't be affordable housing. But I can say that if government can build road for us to apply for free.
Okay. Sorry, because of time, I want to talk about the flooding issue. Because it's very pertinent. Now, but we have no time again.
Yes, I will quickly drop something on the flooding issue.
30 seconds.
Now, you see, there is nothing rocket science about Lagos flooding issue. We know the problem because we already know that we are one of the sinking cities in the world. There will be a flood because we're underwater. But the 6 main collectors that we have in Lagos, you understand how often they would visit them. To first start with, look, whether, yes, we have as residents, as citizens, we have our own shortcomings, we'll come there. But the collectors that is going to take anything that's coming from anywhere, go to it. The Odo Yalaro, the one that takes water from Agege, Maryland, goes to this thing. What have we done with it? Ikate, what have we done with that one? Bariga Shomolu one, nothing. Even the Abeokuta. So there is nothing that we've done. We need to constantly desilting this in and clearing them. And that's the only way to get it done.
Thank you very much, gubernatorial candidate of the PDP, Lagos State. Well, a major takeaway for me is that you've called that Afromedia and JD Cole,
yes,
right?
Yes,
that's the name of the two of the companies.
Absolutely.
I hope that they would come on there to clarify their own side of the story, because they could well be accused of aiding and abetting misconduct on the part of the state government as alleged. Thank you very much indeed.